It is I are smart. And today, I'm going to be going over a thing. So you may remember, in my Arubesh video, I talked about how you had homework. And one YouTube commenter actually completed said homework. The homework was to write a 3-page essay in Arubesh explaining why the Empire did nothing wrong. And thankfully, one YouTube user, a regular commenter by the name of Hyrum Gibby, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, sent this to me. I'm gonna switch to the thing now. Ta-da! Here it is. This is the thing. This is the essay. Arubesh class day 1 homework. Why the Galactic Empire did nothing wrong. So yes, we're gonna be reading through this thing. It's a pretty decent essay, I must say. He actually completed his homework, so I'm gonna grade it and see how we did. Unfortunately, you can't actually type in Arubesh yet on Google. So hopefully, after seeing this, Google will, add that as a feature, because come on, but whatever. He still did the assignment, so I can still grade it, and I assume he obviously wrote it in Arubesh first, and then translated it back, to double check his work. Anyway, so here we go. So first we have the nice picture here. Imperial soldiers march through a city on Jeddah, 0 BBY, color-wise. Often, the Empire is portrayed as the bad guys in Star Wars media. However, this cannot be further from the truth. The Empire has brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to the galaxy. So first off, I feel like you should use better word choice, other than just, bad guys. You could use, often the Empire is portrayed as like some villainous, tyrannical, blah 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 in the Star Wars media. That's just a minor thing, but it's just nice, I try to avoid using, more basic words like just bad guys. Obviously that is what they're portrayed as in the movie, which is wrong. But just a minor thing. I feel like it would make the paper a bit better. But, we're going good. So moving on. Before the Empire, the galaxy was in a state of devastating civil war. The losses were immense. The entire galactic economy was suffering greatly. Then, Palpatine executed the Jedi because they committed great acts of treason. He then reformed the Galactic Republic into the First Galactic Empire. Almost immediately after this, the glory and wealth of the galaxy returned. Many jobs were created as stormtroopers, the military of the Empire. This is true. This is indeed true. The galaxy amidst the Clone Wars was indeed very devastating. You had much politics on both sides. You had the Republic, which was at the time starting to crumble. You had representatives who weren't truly representing the people underneath them. And it was more of just a fallacy of this idea like, oh, the Republic upholds truth and democracy, but it really didn't. It really was not very representative. We see a lot of evidence of this in the Clone Wars, where we see that the senators really aren't representing their people, and that, it doesn't really, make much of a difference what's actually going on in the Republic, because, it's not really improving anyone's lives. So then when the Empire comes along, they focus more on security and getting the galaxy under control. Now, people do lose some personal freedoms here and there, which is quite unfortunate. However, that's the price they pay for the security of the Empire. So, very, very good to put this in here. While many point fingers at the Empire of destruction of Alderaan, while it is true that the Empire destroyed Alderaan by using the Death Star superweapon on it, they did it out of caution. A resistance to their power, the Rebel Alliance was spreading rumors and civil unrest throughout the galaxy. To stop them, the Empire questioned Princess Leia, a representative of the Rebel Alliance. She informed the Empire that the Rebel Alliance's main base was located on Alderaan. When the Empire destroyed it, they found out she was lying. If she had told them the truth of the Rebel base, all the innocent people of Alderaan would not have been killed. Therefore, the blood of Alderaan is on Princess Leia's hands, not the Empire. There are a few errors in this paragraph, which he did, mention these. He did tell them to me. So a couple things. Leia said that the rebels were actually on Dantooine. However, the Empire instead chose to destroy Alderaan. Now, Alderaan, typically it's pointed to that there's all the peaceful lives on Alderaan. No. A major point is that Alderaan was a strong rebel cell. There was still a large, growing rebellious support on Alderaan. So it was a planet essentially nearing insurrection. The claims that Alderaan was peaceful and had no weapons were largely untrue. We found plenty of weapons of mass destruction on Alderaan. So the destruction of the planet was mostly justified. Personally, I'm more on the side where it could have just been, subdued. However, this was, I don't know, cheaper, just to get rid of the whole thing. Like, it wasn't, no one was, like, using it for anything. Like, we don't really need it. We can just get rid of it. Like, come on. No one really needed Alderaan. Anyway. And also about the blood being on Leia's hands, you could say that in a sense, but I feel like it's a bit of a loose argument. But you could still argue it if you had a good argument for it. So I'll give you that. Moving on, when the Rebel Alliance launched an attack on the Death Star and destroyed it, they did so without thinking. The 1 quintillion credits used to build the Death Star, as well as the millions of lives of the crew members on board, were blown away instantly. This caused the once stable economy to fall in the galaxy, went into a time of Great Depression. Furthermore, an object the size of the Death Star would have gravitational effect on large bodies near it. By blowing it up, the Rebel Alliance also caused great disasters and problems for the Yavin Prime system. However, the Rebel Alliance didn't simply destroy one Death Star, they did so twice, the second one even bigger, and costing more lives. This is true. People often point to the Alderaan destruction and say, oh my gosh, so awful that so many innocent lives were killed. And then they just look at the Death Star and they're like, haha, look at that. The good guys blew up the Death Star, yay. But, why is the lives on Alderaan more valuable than those in the Death Star? What is this? That doesn't seem very fair to me, huh? Now, I know what you're saying. There were a bunch of families and, innocents on Alderaan. But that's not to say, and the military was stationed on the Death Star. It was military staff, which apparently it's more justified to kill them. But regardless, it wasn't fully a military operation on the Death Star. There were lots of other things. For example, we saw the prisoner cells in, Star Wars A New Hope. We saw the prisoner cells, so there were plenty of prisoners. The rebels made no attempt to free them. They freed, Princess Leia, but nobody else, Didn't think to save anybody else there. They didn't even, give that much of a warning that, hey, we're going to blow this station up, They didn't even give a chance for those to evacuate. Typically, if you're going to destroy such a big ship, you want to at least give them a chance to escape, like essentially like think of a big like a battleship essentially. Let's think like for a real world example, let's say a battleship. You at least want to like give them some warning. I don't know for certain if that's how engagements works, but I would just think it'd be nice, at least give an evacuation warning. Like come on. But maybe I'm reading too much into this. Regardless, the Death Star incidents both times was very unfortunate, cost a lot of lives, and something people don't mention too often, I had friends on that Death Star, both of them. Hold it together, Iris. Anyway, moving on. When the Rebel Alliance eventually did overthrow the Empire and take control of the galaxy, the stable economy and security the Empire provided was gone. They did not have a plan to do once they took control. The galaxy became very poor, and crime ran rampant. And these weren't temporary problems. They continued to stay to this day. The New Republic failed to provide a stable system. The First Order, a major threat to the Republic, rose out of nowhere because of the neglect of the Republic. They were too busy fighting with themselves to provide the basic needs to the galaxy that before they joined the scene was prospering. So yeah, that's also a very good point. The New Republic was extremely weak. They attempted to just kind of build off of what was left of the Empire and try to restore values of the Republic. However, they did so extremely ineffectively because they allowed the First Order to rise very easily. First Order came out of literally nowhere. They just showed up and said, hey, we have a Starkiller base, and just destroyed the New Republic in a day. Really, they just got rid of them super easily. The New Republic pretty much would have fallen without that anyway, but really, the fact that the New Republic was that weak, that the First Order, which had come out of nowhere, yeah, rebels really didn't have a plan to do anything once they were just like, yeah, we gotta get rid of the Empire because they're bad. How dare they, offer security to a galaxy and, provide stable economy and jobs? How dare they? How dare they, really? Anyway, moving on, is my final point is that Smart is part of the Empire, and as he can do no wrong, therefore the Empire can do no wrong. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is true. I can do no wrong. You know what? I really hope that statement doesn't come back to bite me in like, the thing. Anyway, bibliography, very nice. You added the Stars of Into the Sith. There were references to that. A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, and Star Wars Rogue One. Where was Rogue One mentioned? Oh, probably the attack on the Death Star. Well, yeah. Oh, no, because Rogue One was right here. Duh. Anyway, very good. I do think this was good. It was, 1, 2, 3 pages. This last page is just blank. I don't know why it's there, but sure. 3 pages long. Very good essay. I definitely think it's well constructed. There were a couple grammatical things, some things that I think were, you could have done a bit better, and just sounded a bit weird when I was reading. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. I don't know if it's. I'm not an English teacher. I'm an Arabic teacher. Anyway, I wish I could grade you more on your Arabic writing. I assume it was great. Hopefully in the future, YouTube will add some sort of feature. I mean, not YouTube, but Google will add some sort of feature where I can type in Arabic. That'd be nice. But yes, I think you made some good points. There are a couple logical flaws in the argument, some weak points, but I hope I was able to point those out for you. And overall, I would give this paper a B plus A minus range. It was very, very good paper. And obviously, you're the only student who actually turned in a paper, but whatever. Anyway, have I showed you this thing? Look at this. I can I'm going back and forth. And I can just push the button a bunch of times. Yeah, okay. We're going to stay on this one now. Hope you liked the video. This was a nice essay. I had a good time reading it. And, yeah. Hopefully I'll make another episode of Teaching Arabic class soon. But I just want to go over this because it's really cool. That I have viewers send me stuff. And I like to go over it. So, if you want to send me stuff, join the Discord. I'll put a link to the Discord in the description. You can just say, hey, IRSmart, check out this cool thing. And I'll be like, wow, that's a cool thing. So, yeah, I think it's really cool when fans give me stuff for $0 because it's free, man. I love free stuff. Anyway, that's it. Join the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all the things. We're close to 1,000, everyone. Come on. I just want to unlock community posts, alright? I want to be able to put stupid stuff in your feed. Don't you want that? I know you want that. Anyway, that's it. Bye.